Good morning, Aurora. Good morning, Aurora. Good morning, Aurora. The time is 9 a.m. and you are listening to and watching Good Morning, Aurora, the second largest city's first daily news podcast. And as you know, to start your day off, we have Aurora Weather, the second largest city's first daily weather report. Now, before you get hype, I know, because I know what you're thinking. Curtis, is that sun? Slow down, we'll get there. We will see some sun. There's been a lot of precipitation these last few days. We could expect a little bit of a humdinger coming up. We might get a twofer. But we'll talk about it. Once again, this weather comes from the National Weather Service of Chicago, delivered to you here on Good Morning Aurora, the second largest city's first daily news podcast. And not only that, we are 5 days a week, ladies and gentlemen, for both programs, Good Morning Aurora, and right behind this program, Buenos Dias Aurora. Now, let's talk about what we'd expect. Mild temperatures continue, periodic precipitation chances through Friday. But Curtis, what does it mean? Break it down like Legos. Don't trip, potato chip. We're about to do that. Today, daytime high 77 degrees, daytime low of 70 degrees. Now, all of that beautiful sun that you see, look at them, will be replaced by rain once again this evening. 60 degrees for the nighttime high, 51 degrees for the nighttime low. Maybe a thunderstorm, it says. They don't even know. Could happen. But this is a 20 to 50% chance of precipitation as well. Now that 20 to 50% chance takes us into tomorrow with a 78 degree daytime high, 73 degrees for the daytime low tomorrow on Wednesday. Sunny, some clouds. That's okay. We still love it. That sunniness, those clouds, and that 78 degree high take us into the evening. Look at that. Humdinger number 2, 57 degrees for the nighttime low, nighttime high, 49 degrees for the nighttime low. What do we see? Thunderstorms, even more of it coming, 20 to 50% chance. Now, there are additional details in conjunction. You like that? The word of the day is conjunction with that weather report for Wednesday night. They are that the highest chances for this will be northwest of I-55 and very late. So if you're in that area, that vicinity, you have been notified. Thursday, 84 degrees for the daytime high, 71 degrees for the daytime low on Thursday. Coolest near the Illinois shore, a 20 to 70% chance of thunderstorms, even more of it with lightning, breezy as well. Now that's kind of, you know what, let's pause real quick. I don't know about you, but I like when it's thunder, lightning, crazy, insanity, and sunshine. Makes me feel real good. That Thursday temperature takes us into Thursday night, 62 degrees for the nighttime high, 55 degrees for the nighttime low on Thursday night, 50 to 80% chance of thunderstorms, lightning and rain and all of that stuff. So you can consider that likely, my dear friends. Now let's get into Friday. 73 degrees for the daytime high on Friday, 67 degrees for the daytime low on Friday, 30 to 60% chance of rain, mostly in the morning time, overwhelmingly cloudy with a rather sullen disposition, but the slight peak of sun. I like that. Friday night, 53 degrees for the nighttime high, 48 degrees for the nighttime low. A clear sky on Friday. We can expect almost nothing on Friday, but we'll see what happens as the days go by. Now let's recap today. 77 degrees for the daytime high, 70 degrees for the daytime low. Tomorrow, 78 degrees for the daytime high, 73 degrees for the daytime low. Thursday, 84 degrees for the daytime high, 71 degrees for the daytime low. And Friday, 73 degrees for the daytime high and 67 degrees for the daytime low. Ladies and gentlemen, that is your weather report here on Good Morning Aurora, the second largest city's first daily news podcast. We have a lot of information to talk about today, and we will be giving a shout out to our dear friend Norma Peterson of Document the Abuse. Don't go away. We're about to get started. Good morning, Aurora. Good morning, Aurora. Good morning, Aurora. The time is 9:06 a.m. and you are listening to and watching Good Morning Aurora, the second largest city's first daily news podcast. It's Tuesday, the 30th of April, the very last day. I just took a refreshing sip of this grapefruit juice. I'm not going to name them until they give a brother a check, but it's really good. Hope that you're doing well, blessed, positive, and feeling good this morning. Hope that you have your coffee, your tea, your milk, your juice, or whatever it is that you do in the morning to get percolated. So we're going to get into a lot of stuff today. We got things to talk about. We got shout outs to give. We got news to deliver. But before we do that, I want to remind you guys that Good Morning Aurora is now 5 days a week, and so is Buenos Dias Aurora. From 9 to 9:30, you can catch the second largest city's first daily news podcast. And from 9:30 to 10, you can catch the second largest city's first bilingual news podcast as well. So our sister program begins right after this show. But hope that you guys are doing good. Now we're going to move into May, and before we start a brand new month, I feel personally like this month is ending on a very good note. I really do. We had some goals that we wanted to achieve at the beginning of the month, and we've achieved them. And with all the different things that we've been doing, places we've been at, people we've been talking to, the future is bright indeed. And hopefully that can be a collective thought or message or feeling, not just for ourselves here, but for you guys over there and at home too. Hopefully whatever it is that you're doing and whatever it is that you're up to bears fruit and provides you with a healthy and positive disposition as well. 9:07 is the time. Okay, so we have something that we're going to talk about this morning, and it is rather sad. You know, Good Morning Aurora doesn't really do sad stuff, but we do like to give you guys informative news, important news as well. So, Alex, if we could we put up the statement? Yes, thank you very much. So I have a statement here that we're going to be reading from, and there was a recent tragedy over the weekend. You guys may have heard about it, but we're going to detail about it. We're going to talk about it, and the little bit of time that we have here in our collective voice, we're going to try to see what we can do to add our weight to this. So this is from State Representative Maura Hirschauer. She issued the following statement recently. The murder of Julie Elzwabal is a tragedy and another unacceptable loss resulting from the intersection of domestic violence and firearms. While we collectively condemn this horrific act of violence, we must also collectively take action to right this wrong. Legislation that will remove firearms from the hands of domestic abusers remains stalled in the Illinois State Senate. SB 2633, State Bill 2633, sponsored by Karina Villa, would allow judges to issue search warrants along with orders of protection so that law enforcement can search homes and immediately remove firearms from domestic abusers. It goes on. Compared to this time last year, there was a 65% increase in the number of victims killed in firearm-related incidents across Illinois. That's according to the network advocating against domestic violence. We cannot let this trend continue and must pass this life-saving bill this session. Now, we're going to pause right there real quick. So what does that mean and break down to in a nutshell? Well, unfortunately, an individual with a history of domestic violence who was also armed killed his girlfriend and then himself. What it means is that the boyfriend loophole, as it's sometimes colloquially known as, needs to be closed. If people have the propensity for violence and domestic abuse, this bill and many other advocates believe strongly that they should not have access to firearms. Per a judge's order, those firearms would be removed in accordance with an order of protection. It goes on. In response to Julie Elzwabal's murder, DuPage County State's Attorney Bob Berlin was quoted as saying, "Perhaps a legislative fix or internal remedy could improve this outcome. On this point, I agree with the state's attorney passing Karina's bill and giving law enforcement the tools they need to directly confiscate guns from domestic abusers will save lives. Each day that passes without action on this bill means more lives shattered and more futures stolen. We owe it to every victim and their families to ensure that they have the protection they need to reclaim their safety. So thanks. We could take that down, Alex. I appreciate it. So that is the statement from State Representative Maura Hirschauer. And again, this incident just happened. But as you guys know, it's not just about statements and talking and things like that. We do our very best to try to highlight the solution. Like, okay, we know that, but what's next? What else? How can we fix it, right? So if we can, Alex, we do the lunch and learn presentation next. My man, I appreciate that. Thank you, Alex. Okay, now this is important too. This is taking place tomorrow. Now, before we get started with this, there's two things I want you guys to realize here. The first is that Document the Abuse, which our friend Norma Peterson is the executive director of, and DVSA, the acronym escapes me at the moment. Both of those great organizations just presented the 3 C's luncheon, which was at Waubonsie Community College. Now, we attended that, and there were guest speakers and ladies who work on action councils and things of that nature who consistently every single day, this is their job. All they do is try to solve issues like this, bridging the gap between legislation and then the action part. So, and you guys, if you've been watching the show, you've seen this kind of news all over. We talk about this all the time. So a lot of times when you see H bill this or that, or SB this and that, don't think that it's something that's above your head or you can't, what does that mean for me? Don't think like that, because I know that's how most people, that's how I used to think. As soon as you see H bill, you're thinking, oh, it's a little bit too complicated. It's not actually. It's actually, when you see SB and all this kind of stuff, if you read the notes and the details of what is actually inside of it, it could be something that will directly affect you, either by its passage or by it not being passed. So I just wanted to temper that a little bit for you, so you guys can start thinking a little bit deeper and a little bit bigger. Not that you don't, I love you to death, but I want all of us collectively to start looking at this language when you see it, wherever you see it at, and read it. So on the screen right now, we have a lunch and learn, which will be tomorrow. It's a Document the Abuse evidentiary abuse affidavit lunch and learn. It's going to be via Zoom. Now, I'm going to read from this briefly. The time is 9:14 a.m. Join us as Norma Peterson, Document the Abuse Executive Director, walks us through the history of the EAA, the Evidentiary Abuse Affidavit, the benefits of creating an EAA when one is experiencing abuse, how to create one on documenttheabuse.com, and safety planning and considerations with creating an EAA. Now, this is also sponsored and hosted with the 12th Judicial Family Violence Coordinating Council. It goes on. So continuing education units are available for certified domestic violence professionals and certified partner abuse intervention professionals as well. As executive director, Norma Peterson works with other experts and in intimate partner violence to train and certify providers to catapult the EAA into a global network of assistance for victims of violence. In addition, she currently works with local law enforcement agencies and legislators to establish the EAA in their protocol when working with victims of domestic violence. As an Illinois State Outreach Coordinator for CEU, Center for Missing Persons, Norma and her husband, Paul Peterson, head a team of volunteers within the organization who assist with missing persons outreach and assistance. The CEU Center is integral in implementing all aspects of Document the Abuse and the EAA. Now, so this is on your screen, and registration link as well with the QR code. And once again, it's going to be tomorrow from noon to 1 p.m. via Zoom. I encourage you to please follow Document the Abuse on Facebook, go to the website and please browse and see the events and things going on. And you should definitely support this. And if you or someone you know experiences abuse or domestic violence, we encourage you to reach out to local partners who may be able to help you, starting with Document the Abuse. The time is 9:16 a.m. You're listening to and watching Good Morning Aurora, the second largest city's first daily news podcast. That was very important information that we wanted to get out to you guys. So I'm glad that you guys were able to receive that. Good morning to you, Rachel Cleghorn. Good morning, Aisha Saxon. Good morning to you, Jen Ingram, Cindy Morales, the Woodcrafters. Look at all of y'all. Chat is lit. What? Document the Abuse. Hello there. Document Abuse. Norma says, thank you to Bob Berlin for all he does for DuPage County and the 18th Judicial Circuit Court, DuPage County, for the QR code initiative to help victims. Yes, that's right. Anything to help victims. Putting our voices together collectively is a good way to start. Remember, if you see something, say something. All right. Now we will get into the news. Y'all see all these papers I got here? Brother got mad papers. Curtis, what you writing the great American novel? Not on the show. Okay. So on the screen right there, and this is a perfect pivot, actually, as a matter of fact, Alex, thank you very much. So on May 11th, Saturday, I am proud to be moderating and facilitating this fantastic discussion with great partners: Kane County Health Department, Project Safe Aurora, Illinois Department of Human Services, Reimagine Public Safety Illinois, and the START program. This is the Lunch, Listen, and Let's Talk About It, a practical approach to ending gun violence. Now, this is not specific only to domestic violence, but it runs the gamut of all violence-related issues involving a firearm. It's going to be Saturday, May 11th, 11 a.m. to 2 p.m. at the Prisco Community Center. We've got great guest speakers as well. Dr. Chico Tillman, community violence intervention expert. Chicano, better known as George Gutierrez, brother, fellow member of the community here. Babatunde Beeks, lived experience, and the CEO of the START program. Erica Garcia of Suicide Prevention Services, and Carlos Guillen of Family Counseling Services for D129, and a mental health professional and educational leader. Now, key things to remember about this event: it's free, but you have to register. Registration is we made an event about it on our page, so you can follow the link there. But there's free entry, free resources, free gun locks, and there's free lunch and giveaways as well. Now, come there prepared to think, offer, provide solutions, help, and even just listen. It's a lot of important things that we'll be covering at that event. All right. Next up, we have, this is going to be, they didn't even see that. This is going to be Thursday, and this is going to be a humdinger. Now, Good Morning Aurora will be live from this fantastic event. The Three Fires Council of the Boy Scouts of America presents the 2024 Everyday Heroes Breakfast. It starts at 8 a.m. at the Prisco Center. It's going to be great. May 2nd. Fantastic nominees and honorees this year. Will Whitfield, Darnell Gibson, Marty Luna, and Christina Campos. So sponsorships are available for this. About the Three Fires Council, their vision is to support and implement the mission of the Boy Scouts of America through the exceptional delivery of local youth programs and outdoor activities. They are dedicated to bringing to life the Scout oath and law. Now, this is going to be a fantastic time. They're going to have breakfast as well. It's going to be a really good moment. And there's two people on that list, that I got to reach out to and make connections with. I got to holler at Darnell Gibson and Will Whitfield. So if you know them, tell them, hey, the brother, the skinny dude with the glasses was talking about you this morning. I'm going to run down on them. I need that interview. But yeah, get ready for that. We're going to be live, having a good time from that event. And once again, it's going to be this Thursday starting at 8 a.m. But we'll be live at about 8:45 a.m. All right. Next up, ladies and gentlemen, is the third annual Community Day hosted by the Neighbor Project and the City of Aurora's Financial Empowerment Center at Everlasting Word Church, located at 22 North Highland. Now, this is going to be fun. I'm going to be there. 11 a.m. to 2, Food, music, fun. This event is free and open to the public. You will receive resources. You will receive information. You will see so much cool stuff there. It's going to be really a really great time. If you live in the vicinity of New York and Highland over there on the west side, I encourage you to come on out and party and have a good time with us. Free event, open to the public. And if you or someone you know needs housing resources or information about the Financial Empowerment Center, how to improve your credit and how to save and budget and all those fantastic, helpful pieces of information, you need to come there. You can also call the Aurora Financial Empowerment Center at 630-256-4552. That number is 630-256-4552. All right. Now, here is something else that you need to know about. Our friends of the WBDC, the Women's Business Development Center, have the e-commerce cohort coming up, teaching you how to grow your business with e-commerce. Now, this is going to be every single Tuesday from noon to 2 p.m., and it starts the 14th of May, and it goes to June 18th. Throughout this cohort, participants will explore various methods to launch an online business, develop a comprehensive digital marketing strategy, and master the use of analytical tools to evaluate their digital marketing initiatives. Now, registration is required for this. The link to do so is on the bottom left-hand side right here. We've shared this to our social media, so I encourage you all to check it out. And the Women's Business Development Center will help you if you're a man. They like people to know that. Like, you don't have to be a woman to receive their services. They help anyone. So shouts out to the Women's Business Development Center. They're doing a great amount of work. And Kristen Garrick and Minerva Kalatayu to get the shout out. Stephanie Brown King is here. Good morning to you, Stephanie Brown King. Good to see you. Now, next on the screen is the Closing the Gap grant. Two organizations are getting a lot of airtime on our show, Neighbor Project and NAMI KDK specifically, but the Neighbor Project has this fantastic grant. More information is going to continue to come out about this. You can sponsor this grant by visiting the QR code, which will take you to the website of the Community Foundation of the Fox River Valley to get more information. This gap promotes empowerment through ownership. The grant aims to promote minority home ownership by elevating the Black home ownership rate. It addresses the Black-white homeownership gap and barriers faced by Black families by leveraging current initiatives and HUD-approved services. This grant empowers eligible home buyers with education, financial support, and access to lending products, bridging the gap to generational wealth through home ownership. The Neighbor Project is located at 32 South Broadway here in beautiful downtown Aurora. You can call them at 630-906-9400 for more information. That number again is 630-906-9400. If you are interested in sponsoring the Close the Gap grant, you can reach out to us via email as well. Good information right there. Okay, next up, ladies and gentlemen, for all of you food lovers, is the Taco Crawl. The Taco Crawl it's going to be May 14th from 4 to 8 p.m., and it's going to be in downtown Aurora at several locations. Now, proceeds support programs for infants and youth within via Marie Wilkinson's Food Pantry. Check-in is going to be at Society 57. Tickets are $40, and you get a T-shirt with your early tickets. And the QR code is right here to scan. We've shared this. We'll continue to share this on this particular event. And not only that, Good Morning Aurora is going to be there. Yes, we will be out there. We will be in the streets that day. We'll be in the streets eating tacos, chilling, doing our thing, looking fly. And it'll be a really good time. Buenos Dias Aurora will also go live as well. Want to give a shout out right now to our dear friend Cindy Gamboa. And you can see a whole lot more of Marie Wilkinson's Food Pantry by visiting their Facebook page and their Instagram page as well. Time is 9:25 a.m. You are listening to and watching Good Morning Aurora, the second largest city's first daily news podcast. Happy Children's Day from our friend Luz Elna Brambila Guerrero. Okay, now, man, time is just going by. All right, let's do this. Let's do this real quick before y'all got to go. Now, June 24th, Orchard Valley Golf Course has the Golf for Kids event, okay? This is going to be at 2411 West Illinois Avenue. Tee times are 7:30 a.m. and 1 p.m. Premium outerwear tee gift, 18 holes with the cart, continental breakfast, lunch and dinner, golf prizes, raffles, and much, much more. Most importantly, they like to remind us you are investing in your community. Skip the line, register online at golfforkids.info. And once again, it's going to be Monday, June 24th. Now, for the second page, this is the other information. Two hole-in-one contests per round, 2 closest to the pin contests per round, longest drive contests, and 6 raffle tickets, 20% off with a Pro Shop discount. These are just some of the great packages that you can win. So shout out to RJ O'Neill, and we appreciate them for this information. All right, moving right along. Okay, the Juneteenth Reggae Bash. It's going to be Friday, June 15th. Once again, at Two Brothers, downtown Aurora. 8 p.m. to 1 a.m. is the time. Door fee is $10. Now, playing that evening will be Fire Productions. This is the second annual event. And the host is DJ Fire. This is going to be a great time. Indica will also be performing. And Two Brothers is right downtown at the Metro Station, the Aurora Transportation Center, right across from River Edge Park. Two Brothers is a fantastic restaurant. They got good food, good beer. So check them out. Support what's going on here locally in Aurora, and get ready for this great event. Once again, it's going to be Friday, June 15th, 8 p.m. to 1 a.m. And we got one more. Last piece of news. Very important piece of news. Now, the Aurora vs. Chicago Picnic in the Park, third annual event, is going to be taking place Saturday, June 22nd. It's going to be from 10 a.m. to 9 p.m., an all-day event. Good Morning Aurora is going to be there. Good Night Aurora is going to be there. It's going to be a whole bunch of fun. So get ready to see us out there. Get ready to see a lot of good things happening. Now, there's a great lineup of events, too, and performers as well. The special guest is Mickey Mixon Oliver. So be prepared. 1010 Lebanon Street. That's Lebanon Park here on Aurora's east side. Prepare for that and get ready to come on out and have some fun with us. All right. 9:28 is the time, ladies and gentlemen. I hope that you guys continue to have a fantastic, awesome, blessed, and a very happy day. Good Morning Aurora will return to you tomorrow with more news, more weather, and the very best of Aurora. Right now, we're going to transition out of this commercial, and you guys are going to start Buenos Dias Aurora here very soon. Have a great day. Take care of yourself and each other.
The Community Foundation was created by a group of people who got together and wanted to make a difference. 75 years later, the Community Foundation makes a huge impact on the lives of hundreds, if not thousands, of people in the community. All started with the small but promising beginnings of just a few people who wanted to do something good.
The Community Foundation is made up of all the citizens, really, who want a better community.
And really, anyone who wants to do good in the community but doesn't know how to do it, the Community Foundation is the perfect solution, because for 75 years we've been making an impact by connecting donors that care with causes that matter.
So it's multifaceted, and it's an organization that isn't there just to serve a certain small constituency or a special need, but rather the community as a whole.
So many generous donors have left a legacy with us because we are a trusted resource and we make being philanthropic an easy task.
In my mind, it always seemed like a really complicated process. Here, it's just effortless.
The Community Foundation does all the administrative work for you.
I just make a phone call, they're on it, they get back to me right away. It's been seamless.
Our scholarship program is just incredible.
I had no idea the impact that the foundation has on these kids. You know, some of these districts that we're working with here are some of the neediest districts in the state. It renews your faith in humanity, you know.
I was the first one ever in my family to go to college. The scholarship from the Community Foundation has impacted my life and my wife's life in many ways. As you can see, it still brings a tear to my eye.
Without their assistance, we can't do the work that we are meant to do for the citizens of the Fox River Valley community.
You can invest your money in people. You invest it in people, and you hope and believe that the return will be great.
Someone opened the door for you at some point in your life, and it's incumbent upon you, it's your duty to help open the door for others, and you do that through service.
Not your bank's top priority? Here at Wintrust, we take a different approach to banking. No hidden fees or runarounds, but a true banking partner focused on your unique financial goals. Whether you're opening your first account, found your dream home, planning for the future, or starting a business, we have the financial solutions to get you there. Stop settling and start experiencing a better way to bank. Wintrust, different approach, better results.